I mean, let's face it, I'm a big old fag hag.
Why do you think that the gays particularly love you?
Because I mean, maybe I'm a gay man trapped in a woman's body.
The kind of prejudice that say, for instance, the gay community has to deal with. I think that minorities needed somebody who's popular that people looked up to step forward and say, this is okay. It's okay to feel this way. It's okay to be this way. It's okay to have sexual fantasies. It's okay to be gay. It's okay to be bisexual. It's okay to be all of these things, because when we are constantly told to be ashamed of our feelings, then everyone's living a lie, and this feeling manifests itself in very unhealthy ways, and I don't think that's good. I have feelings. I've had feelings towards other women that were sexual. I've been sexually attracted to other women, and I suppose you would say that that's feeling gay. I don't know, and that feels fine.
Come over here. Jenny is the noodle of the year, okay? She's got really cool tattoos.
Yeah, let's have a look at your tattoos.
She's a man when it comes to tattoos. Come on, don't get all clammed up now, all right? Here. Here's a spark plug. Look, if you don't know the model of this spark plug, she will not speak to you, okay? Right? Are you shy?
No, I'm not.
Wait, show him this one. This one's a really good one. Send me for a close-up. It's a tattoo of me she had put on her arm when I had long hair.
What about the one on the back of your neck?
Here, show him one on the back of your neck.
You go out, at what time do we leave wherever we leave from?
When we're done with the show, we go out.
All right, so what time is it? 10
hook
o'clock,
up.
okay. And then what happens?
Sometimes with Jennifer Grey, sometimes just the two of us.
Yeah. You head right to Blimpies, get a load of bombers.
Right to Blimpies.
And then what do you do?
Usually find us at the Canal Bar or at MK's. En route to the Cubby Hole. Exactly.
Yeah, and so... And
I think it's time to fess up and get real. Honey, anytime you're ready. Get real.
I hate stuff like this. I just hate stuff like this.
Okay, yes, I shut up. And he was horrible. You lied. No, look. You were much better.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah? About the middle of the night phone calls.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Uh-huh.
She means that in a loving way.
Yeah, like you love your cat.
Exactly right.
Yes.
Yeah, I love my cat. She loves her cat. I love her cat.
Let's get back.
Momo.
Okay.
Why do you think that everyone seems to love speculating about two women having sex, but the idea of two men having sex is still such an abhorrent idea to so many people?
Well, I think it's mostly abhorrent to straight men who are afraid of their own homosexuality. I don't think it really grosses out any women, not any women I know. And I think that two men having sex is erotic.
Yes, hello, my name is Anders. I'm from the gay magazine in Sweden. I would like to hear your opinion of why you think you're a gay icon.
Why do you think I am?
Because I adore you, and we all do in the gay community.
Okay, well, I'm a gay icon because you all adore me. I don't know. That you should ask all of your friends.
Swedish television. Do you think that homosexuals should be allowed to adopt children?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
I wonder if you're aware of the group in New York that is now putting out posters that say absolutely queer, and they'll have a picture of a very hot young actress or a very well-known
Outing.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think of that practice?
I think it's a tough one, you know. I think, you know, it's an explosive issue, really, you know. On the one hand, I can see their point of view, the people that want to out people, and saying, you know, if people in powerful positions would come out and say they were gay, then the masses, or the people that don't understand, or the people that have prejudice against homosexuals, and gay lifestyles or whatever would see, you know, would get rid of their stereotypes that gay people are, you know, perverts or whatever, you know. If you know, a handful of powerful people would just have the courage to come forth, I think that's their point, you know, in saying, but on the other hand, the other side of the argument is, you know, I'll come out when I'm ready to come out, or I'll say my sexuality or my sexual preference is nobody's business. You know, I mean, there's two sides of the story.
I think that dominates the argument, though, doesn't it? I mean, people have a right to say what they want when they want to say it.
Yeah.
And also, how do you know these people are gay?
People do have the right to say what they want to say. It's unfortunate that there aren't more outspoken people on gay rights, you know, that are in powerful positions. Yeah. You know, that's the unfortunate aspect of it. And it's unfortunate that saying somebody's gay is such a frightening thing in the world today, that it's such a frightening concept, you know.
No doubt to some extent because of AIDS, I would imagine.
Absolutely, right? Because of AIDS, yeah.
I know the moral majority is up in arms against me, but...
Congratulations.
The people, yes, consider it an achievement. But, I think that I'm offending, certain groups, but I mean, I think that people who really understand what I'm doing are offended by it. Because it's pro-life, you know. It's pro, you know, equality, it's pro-humanity. So.
I mean, you despair.
And that's not really the mood America's in right now.
Well, what do you think that is? I mean, how did people come out of the 60s?
It's fear of AIDS. I mean, it's just this, I mean, it's like turned everybody into these, like, 50s monsters, you know. What? No, that's my opinion. That's why everything's changing.
What do you think AIDS is just allowed, like, the right wing to come in and say, well, see, that's what it leads to?
Yes, it has. It has, but see, then the people who don't really know that are sort of following onto it and saying, oh yeah, that's why. You know what I mean? It's a small group of people who are leading people in that direction.
Now, I am not HIV positive, but what if I were? I would be more afraid of how society would treat me for having the disease than the actual disease itself. If this is what I have to deal with for my involvement in fighting this epidemic, then so be it. I am not afraid to be associated with people who are HIV positive, and I am not afraid to love people who are HIV positive, because their ordeal is more important than mine. Because their courage is larger than mine. Because what they're facing is real. And if we can learn to deal with real, and we can learn to deal with our fears, then I'm hopeful that we can conquer this disease. Thank you.
But listen, don't think that there aren't plenty of boys kissing each other in Japan. I hope you don't think that. No. Or girls, for that matter. Okay. Have you ever kissed a girl?
Well, to tell you the truth, no.
Oh. Well, okay.
Well, maybe on the cheek, yes.
No, I mean, you know, French kiss. Why not?
Well, it's kind of difficult.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Well, why? Because I never felt...
Attracted to a woman.
Attracted to women.
That's a good reason not to kiss them.
Are you still angry about things?
Oh, I'm sure I am, yeah, definitely.
What sort of things make you angry?
Now, what sort of things make me angry? Oh, racism, sexism, bigotry, homophobia.
What I think to be a big problem in the United States, and that's homophobia. I mean, that's there's a real big section in the movie devoted to that.
Yes, and you know that some people are going to find, your fans will love the film, I think, but some people are going to find sections of it offensive.
Well, that's their problem, though.
You don't care?
No, of course not, because, see, these things exist in life. I'm only presenting life to people, you know? I am not presenting anything that probably they're not exposed to, you know, in everyday life, but maybe they don't want to deal with it. You know, if you keep putting something in somebody's face, eventually, you know, maybe they can come to terms with it.
This is Madonna on a one-woman crusade to change the world, change people's attitudes?
Yeah. Yeah,
quite flatly, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to, but maybe I'll start. Maybe I'll open the door. Somebody's got to do it. You got.
And since Washington, D.C. has focused their attention elsewhere lately, bills sit in Congress that should be passed that could fund the necessary education to kids who still don't know about AIDS prevention. And can someone please tell me why Kenneth Starr gets $45 million for a ludicrous investigation and they cannot fund one needle exchange program?
Hi. So nice to meet you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations yourself.
Thank you.
Madonna?
What are you shaking for? It's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Jenny, have you seen it?
This will be my third time. No, see for yourself.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Bye.
And then there was the $400,000 raised in one night by Madonna. Her sold-out benefit concert at New York's Madison Square Garden in July was the first by a major American pop star.
You know, AIDS is a powerful and mysterious disease that continues to elude us, but we are more powerful because we can stop it from spreading any further by educating ourselves and finding out the facts.
Madonna received a lot of support from AMFAR when her former roommate, a New York artist, became sick last year with AIDS. He died in November.
Last winter, the American Foundation for AIDS Research asked Madonna if she would do something for the battle against the disease. She promised they would hear from her the next time she went on the road. Sure enough, the foundation got a call 3 weeks ago that this extra concert would be added to her Who's That Girl tour. Tonight's performance will raise about $250,000. 2 hours before the concert began, the American Foundation for AIDS Research met to decide which researchers will get the money raised here tonight. The foundation vowed that the funds collected from Madonna fans would be at work in laboratories by the end of the month.
All right, so hopefully with your presence tonight, the money that we've raised for research grants will help us to find a cure, and I hope to God it does. And thank you once again for being here. Are you ready to party?
The facts in the form of a comic book were handed out free to all concert goers.
two friends of mine that died of AIDS. One was a 23-year-old friend of mine, and the other one was my ballet teacher. He was older, but it's about both of them and really everyone who suffered from AIDS. And I'm sure that the reason that I initially became interested in fighting AIDS and trying to raise money to help find a cure and all that stuff is because people very close to me died of it. And so, in answering your question, yes, the songs are about two friends of mine that died of AIDS, and that is originally why I became interested in the cause. But now I've just made it sort of a goal, a lifelong goal. Until somebody finds a cure, I think it's something really important that everybody should be involved in.
He was like a father to me.
Christopher Flynn was Madonna's primary influence during her high school years. He was her dance teacher. This is a man who truly loved and cared and promoted her success.
Someone said to me the other day, you lit a fire under her, and I said, no, darling, I lit lots of fires, but her kindling was just in the right place.
When I met Christopher Flynn, my whole life changed. It wasn't just because studying dance with him gave me a focus, which is really important, and took me sort of out of what I consider to be a very humdrum existence. But he taught me about art and classical music and took me to museums, and he also took me out to my first gay discotheque, and I just saw a different side of life that I had never seen before. Christopher Flynn was the first person that told me I was beautiful, and that told me I was special, and that made me look at myself in a different way. I think I was 14 years old, and I was feeling horribly unattractive and unpopular and uninteresting and unfabulous. And he said, God, you're beautiful. And I mean, I don't think anyone ever said that to me before. And I said, what? You know, and he made me appreciate beauty, but not in a conventional way, you know, like really about spirit and soul.
Chris Flynn, who introduced Madonna at this fundraising dance-a-thon for the AIDS Project of LA, is an AIDS victim himself. He's also the first dance teacher Madonna ever had, and still a very close friend.
You will understand the depth of my faith in her when I tell you that she was among the first persons I turned to when I was diagnosed. She understands, she cares, and like you, she knows that being here makes all the difference.
You know, he's thanking me for being here, but I have to say thank you to him because he's the man responsible for encouraging me to go after my dreams, to go to New York, to, I don't know. He taught me, I went to my first dance class with him. He's a great guy.
As your oldest living disco partner, I claim the first dance.
Participants danced a total of 5 45-minute segments with 15-minute breaks in between. One lucky little fellow had the pleasure of dancing with pop singer Madonna. The dancers had to raise $75 or more to participate in the event. All proceeds from tonight's dance-a-thon will be used by AIDS Project LA to pay for counseling, housing, food, and health care for folks with AIDS.
like to talk about safe sex in my shows or somehow mention it in any way I can. Because I have such a youthful following and a very large gay following that since I have that ear, that it's very important for me to be a spokesperson in a way.
It's very easy to lend your name to a celebrity fundraiser if you're famous. And it's very easy to donate money to AIDS research if you're rich. What isn't easy is changing the way that people think.
Today, too many people shun those with AIDS. People with AIDS are often victims of discrimination and even violence. Putting that kind of stigma on people is wrong. This is the 21st century. There's no excuse for failing to treat those who are sick. And there's no excuse for treating people badly who have AIDS. The choice is ours to make. Let's be smart and let's be compassionate. And remember, it's never too late to do the right thing.
Oh my God.
Soy Madonna. Algunas personas piensan que el amor los protege del SIDA. El SIDA se contagia por medio del contacto sexual o el uso de jeringas no esterilizadas. El amor no cuenta. No tener relaciones sexuales es una manera de protegerse del SIDA. No juntarse con drogadictos es otra. Si mantienes relaciones sexuales, usa un condón. El amor no te protege. Los condones sí.
Dr. King, Malcolm X, freedom of speech is as good as sex. Abe, Lincoln, Jefferson, Tom, they didn't need the atomic bomb. We need beauty, we need art, we need government with rock. Get in rhythm. Don't give up your freedom of speech. Power to the people is in our reach. Don't just sit there, let's get to it. Speak your mind, there's nothing to it. Whoa!
The gay community has been incredibly supportive of me. I wouldn't have a career if it weren't for the gay community. So it wasn't until my ballet teacher, who was also gay, took me under his wing and introduced me to a community of artists, of other unique individuals who told me that it was good and okay to be different, who brought me to my first gay disco and ironically made me feel like I was a part of the world and that it was okay to be different.
When we come back, Madonna, you did something that was so amazing. Before we ever met, you called me. And it meant, you can imagine, the phone rings and I pick up the phone like, 15 years ago and Ellen, Madonna. And I was like, oh, hi. So I'll talk about that and what it did for me and how I still think of that to this day, everything you've said to me. We'll be right back with Madonna. So we're back with Madonna, and as I said before the break, so when before it was really official that I was coming out, it was rumored that I was coming out on my show, on my sitcom, and it was all over the place, and it was a big, huge, topic, people that were against it, people that were for it, and I'd never had that much media attention. It was really scary for me, and Madonna called me out of the blue. We had never met. I just all of a sudden get a call saying, it's Madonna, and I just want to say that I'm behind you, I'm with you, I support you, and you said some really amazing things that I won't share because they were very personal, but about like holding on to this ride. And this ride has been, and things really do come to you. And one thing you said to me is, things come to you when you let go and you don't care and need the validation anymore. Because before you come out, when you're closeted, you really need people to love you. And you're so scared if you come out, no one will love you anymore. And this business is all about people loving you. And it was hard at the time to hear that because I thought, well, I want people to love me. Yeah. But you also sent me the most beautiful thing. I'm just going to read part of it here because it's so amazing, and we'll put the rest on the website. But this is a quote from Martha Graham. And you sent me this. There is a vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all time, this expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and it will be lost. the world will not have it. It is not your business to determine how good it is, nor how valuable, nor how it compares with other expressions. And it goes on, but it's a beautiful thing. And it meant the world to me.
Oh boy, here's my game. B&O's my middle name. I'm gonna that whistle.
That things like bigotry, homophobia, hate crimes, bullying, and any form of discrimination always seems to be a manifestation of fear of the unknown, right? Most people are not comfortable with things or people that they perceive as different from themselves. And I would wager that if we just took the time to get to know one another, did our own investigation, looked beneath the surface of things, that we would find that we are not so different after all. When I think about young kids today in America who are being bullied and tortured, who are taking their own lives because they feel alone and judged, outcasts and misunderstood, I want to sit down and cry a river of tears. 7 of those kids were featured in this video that I showed you. I have teenagers of my own now, and the idea of them or any young person experiencing that kind of pain is unfathomable to me. It's an atrocity to me. I don't accept it.
Hi. Hola. Soy Madonna. Hola. Habla por mí, Luis.
Hola, soy Luis. Hola
I
a
said
todos.
that already.
You didn't say my name. Hola a todos los que están viendo Rock Pop. Espero que estén con ella en nuestro concierto en España.
Gracias. You speak Spanish so well. Is that it takes a real man to fill my shoes.
This life is...
Queens of Green. Queens of Green are the best. Queens of Green.
Get my ass. I love it.
Close your eyes. Don't be scared. Let's put the blindfolds on. Let's see what's under there. I have a special chair. It has a special strap. And there's a special hook. It's called my special trap. Because you're bad, you're gonna get it good. Bow down and lick my boots. Because...
But I'm curious, if you were to find yourself HIV positive, how would you deal with it? How would you deal with it in terms of the press and the world?
Well, I would certainly say that I was. I mean, I can't go to the bathroom without everybody knowing about it. Plus, I don't think it's anything to be ashamed about, and that's one of the problems with AIDS, is that it's like, you know, people are made to feel that they're lepers and that they have to go and hide in a cave somewhere. I think that the most important thing that I could do is to make an announcement and say that I was HIV positive, and then the next thing would be to stay as healthy as long as possible. But just because I say that ass fucking is a way to experience pain and pleasure doesn't mean that to leave out wearing the condom part. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't say that anywhere.
The two don't...
I think that gays need to have more role models, people who are in powerful positions coming out and saying, I'm gay. I think that would be very helpful. Absolutely.
It's your life, you don't get to do it twice.
bad. You know what else I hate? Have you ever seen Lewis walk in just underwear in front of just a whole bunch of people? Just walk around in bikini. I mean, just underwear. Don't have no kind of respect for these people. You know, we know that he's, you know, fag or gay, whatever you want to call it. But you don't have to show it to everybody. We know you're happy. You know you're glad to be it, but you really don't have to show it, you know. Let everybody know that you're, you know, fat or whatever. It was scary. It really was. Cause
Oh my God! I'm getting in a hard on it.
Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Some people have a snake at the base of their spine that would suck out your life. They would take all your time. They're called feeders. They're not believers, but you must not fear. They're takers. And they will try to break your spirit.